Janet Nagawa is a resident of Ngabano village in Madudu sub-county in Mubende district and a mother of 3. She saved some money from her harvest and bought half an acre of land. Although she raised the money for the purchase alone, the agreement indicated that she jointly bought it with her husband.
I
made a mistake in the agreement by indicating that we jointly bought the land.
Nagawa says she had withstood mistreatment from her husband for a long time until the situation became unbearable.
He
was misbehaving, sleeping in bars and womanizing. He could neither cater for food nor medical care. When I blamed him, he threatened to kill me.
She chose to go and live with her parents and hoped that this move would force her husband to reform. To her surprise, a few months after she left their home, her husband obtained a loan from a moneylender using part of the land as collateral. Nagawa discovered that her husband had connived with the LC1 chairperson to obtain another land purchase agreement for the same land in order to convince the moneylender that he was the rightful owner.
I went with the original agreement and I have it. I reported to the community development officer and she warned the chairperson that the second agreement, which he had stamped, is likely to cause him trouble.
A distressed Nagawa reported the matter to the local council chairperson, who forwarded the matter to the community development officer for further management.
The community development officer asked the chairman to look for the moneylender and cancel out the second agreement he had stamped.
She is currently struggling to access her land where she had planted maize to earn some income to take care of her children. In a related incident, Jane Sanyu is a widow and a resident of Blega village, Kakenzi parish in Madudu sub-county, also in Mubende district. She's grappling with land grabbers who took advantage of the death of her husband.
They knew that there was no man to fight for me, and they ordered us to leave the land and go somewhere else.
Some local chairpersons have done a lot to escalate the violation of the rights of women, especially widows.
Evelyn Tumsime, a community development officer in Madudu sub-county, says cases of land-related gender-based violence are on the rise in the area.
On average, I can say maybe I handle like 3 cases a week. And whenever it comes to GBV, it involves land issues.
On average, 7 out of 10 families in Mubende have land-related gender-based violence cases.
Tumsime blames Nagawa and Sanyu's challenges on the male-centered nature of land tenure systems in practice across the country. We sought the view of community leaders who explain how they have tried to ensure that justice prevails.
Every local council has a parasocial. I advise the public to always reach out to them to guide them in solving these matters free of charge.
For cases that require court action, we guide victims and where necessary, we facilitate them with transport to courts of law.
Organizations like the Uganda Community-Based Association for Women and Children's Welfare, UCOBAC, have spearheaded a number of initiatives to ensure women have right to their own land.
It's something that is entrenched in norms, in perceptions, in attitudes in societies, that land is a powerful tool because it's a productive resource. And the men will do whatever it takes to make sure that that power and that authority over a productive resource like land doesn't go away from their hands. And so we have seen so many women in their families being subjected to gender-based violence because they bought land.
They believe this would be more effective if men are also involved.